Alright guys, it's Terenzo here. I got a real treat for you today. This is Dragon Master, which was released in 1994 by Unico Electronicus. That's a misspelling there at the bottom of the screen. This is a really bizarre fighting game. It's kind of floaty. It's not really that good at all. The CPU it can't tell whether it wants to be just unfathomably hard or terribly inept. There's extreme balancing issues. The bosses are lame. You can't understand the speech in the game. You can't. Yeah, you got no idea what's going on with the story. Anyway, let's jump right in here. Now, there's several stupid characters and things to make fun of in this game, but unfortunately, I'm going to show most of these things to you as we go through the game because you get like 20 seconds to pick your character. Here's some of the losers now. Just pretty bland. This guy they're showing you right now, he's the closest thing to Ryu or Ken, I guess, the poster child for the game. And you got a guy here named Jedi Ryan. Unfortunately, he's does not have a lightsaber or anything cool like that. He's pretty bland as far as fighting game characters go. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. So like I said, that starts at 99, but it moves really quick, so you don't have a lot of time to pick your character. Also, this guy's name is B-Doza, so it looks like Bulldozer. Anyway, I picked Delza, whatever her name is, and I'm going to explain why I pick her. And one thing I don't like is the game starts out on a mirror match, which, I don't know, the mirror match is usually, you want to fight the mirror match at the end, or somewhere near there, not as the first match of the game. You want to show off, multiple characters, and you don't do that if you stick the mirror match as the first match of the game. Oh yeah! So the reason that I picked Delza to play through this game is the CPU is very brutal, and I've got it on the easiest setting, but it still gets hard, and they do all kind of crazy stuff and just won't even let you breathe in the later levels sometimes. So the way you get around that is you pick Delza, and the reason being she has this attack here that I'm using, which is both a fireball projectile that goes forward and an anti-air. So as you can see, it bursts and goes into three smaller. Well, actually, it's four smaller projectiles that go up in the air, and every single one of those has a hitbox. And that attack is perfect for destroying CPU. It also can one-shot people. So hopefully, when I did my test footage, I got a few, and you see I got countered right there, but in my test footage, I one-shot one or two enemy fights just because if those balls hit such that all four hitboxes hit the opponent, it's a one-shot kill at full health. And I also, you'll notice that there's a power bar up there, which goes down as I use special moves. That determines the strength of the special move as well, I think. The game's not really very clear. There is some way to charge your special meter. I don't know what it is, because they don't really explain it to you. Maybe they do, I don't know. Oh yeah, this is totally not Balrog stage from Street Fighter 2. Nothing like it. Jackie is another one of those characters that it's good to fight him early on, because if you fight him later in the game, he can be kind of tough. Actually, in my practice run, I had to continue once against him. But hopefully we can get him first try here. Or we may can get a one-shot on our fireball there. We could go to the Opera Cafe after the fight if we wanted to. It's so bizarre. Sometimes the CPU just plays competent, and then sometimes it's just absolutely atrocious. It's also got some sort of weird rubber band thing going on, so if the player wins the first round, the CPU will sometimes come out swinging for the second round and just like totally demolish you. But then the third round, it goes back to its more passive variant, so you usually can beat it. I'd like to point out, alright, let's pause for a second. If you look, the first stage, if you recall, was that mirror match down there in what I assume is South America. And then next, we flew all the way across the world to fight that guy we just fought. And now we're flying all the way back across the world to fight Bulldog over here. So, not the best travel plan in the world. I swear I've seen this guy in like 5 or 6 Korean fighting games. He looks just like Master Taeguk from Fight Fever. There's some of that it's extremely overpowered fireball stuff I told you. If all those hit you, you're just pretty much done for. Because the hit detection is so wonky in this game, there's no real knockback or grace period, if you will, for most attacks. So when you get hit by something, chances are if the opponent manages to get over there closer to you, they can hit you again, even if it's something that you shouldn't be able to combo after. And then sometimes it just doesn't hit at all, like you saw. Most characters also yell out the exact same thing for every special move they have. And this guy is obviously supposed to be like the Korean or Japanese master type character. Why are we fighting him in North America? This stage looks very Japanese to me. And he can actually walk over there and throw me before I even have a chance to stand up. It doesn't matter, he's dead. Do not stand in my way. But one! They definitely had some problems getting the speech imported into this game. I hope you like this minigame, by the way, because you have to play it 3 times throughout the entire game, and it's the same thing every time, just with different stuff on ropes that you have to jump up and kick. One thing I do like is that I got a perfect there, but if you don't get a perfect, then your character still does the victory animation. You know, in Street Fighter 2, like during the barrel of the car minigame, if you don't get it all, your character just looks like they had the worst day in the world with their little lose animation. Dark Man. Well, we know where all the budget went with the creative department. This guy is obviously a ripoff of Blanca, by the way. If you haven't figured it out, a feral type character that uses spin attacks. There's another special move of hers I have no idea how to do, and I can never do it consistently. It just comes out at random times. It also, like everything else she has, hits way too many times. Mix-ups are the devil in this game as well. Sometimes they fall for that, sometimes they don't. The Phoenix airdrop thing. I found that the best character to use that against is ironically the final boss. Most of the rest of them you can just kind of spam your way through with the fireball thing here. Special moves also don't work all the time. The controls are kind of wonky. Like, it's not as bad as Street Fighter 1, but stuff doesn't want to come out a lot of the time. Alright, we've lost. Great. Unfortunately, you don't get to see a victor screen there. If you lose, you just go straight to the continue. I'm sure Dark Man has some great win quotes. The music in this stage sounds something like the out of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Super NES game. Knocking someone out shakes the entire planet, apparently. You never know what's going to happen when you go in the air in this game. Like, sometimes the CPU, like Mortal Kombat 2, auto jumps up there and tackles you out of it, and then sometimes it just doesn't even care. As soon as I saw him throw that fireball, I knew we lost that round. I was hoping we would get the one-hit KO on him like I did last time I fought him, so you could see that. There we go. Just had to play it safe with the footsies. I wish I understood more about how the power bar up there worked. Oh, now we're traveling logistically sound. Instead of going all the way across to fight Joey and then coming back over here. Now we're fighting the guy on the same continent. This guy gave me almost no trouble at all in my first playthrough. And I may have one-shotted him with the fireball, I can't remember. But there's nothing really special at all about him. Despite having a name like Jedi Ryan. See what I mean? That fireball is just way too powerful. He actually jumped over it and it landed a hit on me, but it still killed him because of the things that fly up in the air afterwards. That did way too much damage. Ouch. You need more power. Oh, there we go. Back to flying across the world instead of, a few feet. I'm not really sure what's going on in the background of this stage. It's like some sort of post-apocalyptic dog park. He sounds like he's constipated when he throws that fireball. Part of me wonders if this game wasn't unfinished when it was released. It's badly balanced, and some characters just have so many options, and then some seem to have almost none. Oh, there we go. That was a one-hit killer. You never know when that's going to happen. I mean, obviously he had some health there, but I believe even if he had full health, that would have killed him because all the fireballs hit at once. It's everybody's favorite minigame. What are those things even hanging from? I mean, I could kind of see it in the other level. Maybe there were some trees or something, but just kind of out in the open here. I think I missed one on the far right earlier. That's fine. I wasn't planning on submitting this run to Twin Galaxies anyway. Alright, 2 more regular fights and then we fight the bosses. Much like Street Fighter, it has several bosses you have to fight at the end. Only 2 though. You would think there would be a 4th one or another one in the beginning lineup, but it's just the 3, fortunately. This character could give you a little bit of trouble because she has, once again, some moves you shouldn't be able to chain together. She can actually lock you down with a projectile and then launch herself across the screen before it ends so that you're forced to block them both or take damage. Seem to be in some sort of flooded Space Needle rotating restaurant type thing. So far so good, the old fireball strategy working for us. Putting in overtime here. I can't decide if this is... You are a sucking baby. Wonderful. I can't decide if this is worse than Superior Soldiers or if Superior Soldiers is the worst game. K. Garcia. I wonder what his first name is. He's the I think he's supposed to be like the protagonist, but you fight him last for whatever reason. And the music stops in the stage. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or... Aha! The fireball death. Oh yeah! It's me, Luigi! Now, unfortunately, he's probably going to pull out all the stops. The music in this game sounds so weird. Some of it's catchy, but the quality just has this funny knack to it. Almost like you're listening to it in the background at an arcade or something. Alright, so we have to do another bonus stage. And apparently I am the best from now. But anyway, after the bonus stage is done, we'll have to fight the last 3 bosses. And before that, there's a cutscene where they say something to you. I'm not sure what. And the text box is just empty, so there's no, like, text of what they're saying. There's just a box there where it would be. So that makes me, another thing that makes me wonder if the game wasn't finished, that they didn't put that in there. Okay, if you say so. Anyway, this is Dynamo. He's the first boss. He can be a little bit dangerous just because he has so many things that can cover the screen. We're actually doing kind of badly here. Fortunately, he's not that bad. Not as bad as Mozart, who is the next one. Let's try this again. That should not have been able to hit me again. Yeah, that was bad. That's alright. One good thing about the bosses is the fact that they're such big sprites, it's pretty easy to get an instant kill with the fireball on them. Can't you imagine they were sitting around making this game and they're like, okay, we need a final boss, or a set of final bosses, and they're like, how about an old guy with a beard, with no shirt, and some blue jeans? And then the boss was like, that's it, that is our guy. It'd be nice if we had some background on these characters. I mean, that would make it a little bit more interesting, I guess, if we just knew who they were. You know, is Dynamo like one of the main villains? Is he just happens to be a tougher opponent you had to fight before the last guy? I mean, what's his deal? Will he ever get his shirt back? Ouch. Just kind of went ham on me there at the end. That attack is another reason you don't want to get too close to him. And attacks don't have enough knockback, so to speak. So I'm of the persuasion that if I get up close and hit you, I should have some advantage on that. But most attacks in this game, if you, like this punch here, this is a quick jab, you know, you should be able to recover from that very quickly. But most of the time, if I hit him with the jab, or if I hit another opponent with the jab, they've got time to get off a full special move before I recover from a jab. It wasn't like I went in for a fierce kick or something. And you're pretty much done for, because he does so much more damage than you do. Oh my gosh. Why does he do so much damage? Looks like a washed up 80s rocker or something. That dark man wouldn't stand for this. And it doesn't help you've got that big stupid rock obscuring the playfield there. Well, that almost worked. That's what we needed. I like how they just like slap some blood on his sprite up there after he loses. You do have to block that low or it'll get you. There we go. Overhead kicks and low sweeps are very important for taking care of the CPU. Also, you need more power. What? Anyway, this is Mozart. He's significantly tougher than the other guy. Can't even remember his name. He's so worthless. Mainly because he's just so big and he can grab you from across the freaking stage. Oh yeah, that definitely hit before mine. I agree with that. Meanwhile, back at the design studio, okay, we need a second boss after man with torn shirt and blue jeans. How about a big bald guy with no shoes and yellow pants? Alright, I'm sold. He's our guy. Not sure why I howl like a wolf, but... Excellent. Alright. That was really good. Last time I fought that guy, I had some trouble. It seems like this time most of the trouble I had was on the first guy. You sucking baby. Alright, this is the last boss, Garner. And he's significantly more dangerous than the other opponents, including the bosses. He's got a lot of crazy attacks. He usually will not fall for your fireball thing because he's got a lot of attacks that counter it. Fortunately, he is weak to this because 9 times out of 10 when you come flying at him, he tries to do something else that ends up just getting him hit in the face. So he also has a BS attack he can do, and you just saw it, that little grab and electrocute. That can get you from across the stage, and he does it in a split second, so you have no way of knowing how to avoid it. The only thing I can think of it's comparable to is, comparable is not a word. Comparable to would be if you've ever played Survival Arts and fought the final boss, Dante. He has a telekinetic throw, which he can do from across the screen with no warning. And so Garner kind of has an attack like that. It's also bad enough that this stage lags due to the fire effects and the princess there floating around. I have no idea who she is or why she's important. The game never tells you. And yes, I am just going to spam this until we... There we go. Rock on, Deliza. Many thanks for your trouble. You are the best fighter. You are the best fighter. Garner, your time is over. From this time, call me Queen Deliza. Deliza, you are more wicked than Garner. You are rude. Nobody is there, the strongest anymore. Don't talk without reserve. There are many fighters in the world. Best ending ever. Since that blue sky and sea make the people forget the terrible past and guide them to live with a peace forever. Thanks. Ellipses. I still didn't know we were in that bad of a shape before. So obviously this game was Korean made by the names of the people in the credits there, but to my knowledge they didn't make anything else. In conclusion, Dragon Master, not very good unfortunately. Definitely up there with the bad obscure fighting games. I think it could have been better if it had relied a little bit less on Street Fighter 2. Maybe balanced itself a little bit more, thrown some kind of story in there. Who am I kidding? This game's garbage. There's no saving it. Anyway, this is Terensu signing off with another Golden Gaming Classic.